Oh, hi, I'm ZZ Slop of Fog City Rollers, and you're watching Canuck Derby TV.
It's not true.
It's not just about the shorts. It's about inspiring others. It's about having fun and making new friends. It's about getting hit down and getting back up again. It's about being a team. Pivot Star. It's about roller derby.
Let's just go.
Alors, semi-finals. Beast of the East, the semi-final numéro 1. All Montreal, Les Filles du Roi versus La Racaille. On the jam, at the jam line, we had Meliwana for La Racaille and Oh Hi Oh for Les Filles du Roi. And Meliwana was lead jammer. She just picked up 4 points and called off the jam. Captain Lou, I'm so happy to be doing this with you.
Oh, I love calling a game with you, Plastic Patrick. And La Racaille has been absolutely stomping their opponents all tournament long. Meliwana, a big part of that, putting points up on the board, and you know she's taken the jammer panty off and she is blocking. This is something she's been doing all day as well.
Yes, Meliwana's been she's been training with the skids. She's a new skid. Therefore, she gets the extra mileage every week, and there she is blocking again. We've got Falcon Punch for La Racaille versus Demand a Lashing for Les Filles du Roi.
And Demand a Lashing having a great weekend for the Filles du Roi, but having a little bit of trouble running into a solid wall of green. The La Racaille blockers trying to hold her back. She finally makes her way through, but Falcon Punch is all the way around, Patrick.
That's right. Falcon Punch already in scoring position. She breaks through. Last line of defense is Magnum PEI. There she goes. A pirouette. Calls off the jam. Give me my points. See you later.
8-0 early on in this game for La Racaille against their sisters from Montreal Roller Derby, Les Filles du Roi. The brackets worked out such that Quebec teams are all on one side, Ontario on the other. Racaille has already dismissed the Contrabanditas. They're now looking to push the Filles du Roi aside to advance to the finals, Patrick.
And Captain Lou, I'd like to bring your attention to this next Racaille jammer. She's a real breakout star this year. Leg Cité, second year on La Racaille. She was stellar at our round robin tournament.
You can generally see who she is because she's usually a helmet and a head above the rest of her opponents. Huge hit by Nameless Horror on Oh Hi, knocking her to the back of the pack. That allows Leg Cité to get lead jammer, Patrick.
That's right. Leg Cité all the way around already. Undetected. Nobody even knew she was coming. Picks up 5 points. And, oh my lord, power jam number 1, Ohio, lands in the box. I didn't see the call, but nonetheless, it's a power jam.
That is correct. So a power jam for La Racaille. This is something they've been able to force their opponents into. Cycled to the back by Leg Cité, cycled to the back by Beterave. Cycled to the back once again.
Yes, by Scores Easy. And she jumps ahead of her. There you go, making it look easy. 5 more points for La Racaille.
And again, these semifinals are only 20 minutes like most of the games in Beast of the East. After this, the 3-4 and the final game will be a bit longer, but these 20-minute games are sprints to the finish. You cannot make mistakes, and Fidois has done that early on in this game, but a nice hit. Getting cycled to the back. That score is easy once again, pushing legs out, legs forced to call it off.
Yeah, Scorsese, a real blocking force for Montreal. Unfortunately, she suffered many injuries over the years. This is, I believe, her 4th season with Montreal Roller Derby, but she's only played 2 out of these because of numerous injuries. But we're very glad that she's back now, and as you can see, in great form.
Looks like Falcon Punch is going to take the line again for La Racaille, 21-0 early on this game. It is a power start. The jammer for Fidois stuck in the box. Falcon Punch trying to fight her way through before the jammer gets released for the ladies in purple. One skater to beat. She gets lead jammer, Patrick.
That's right. Ohio jumps out of the box. She is now on the track. She does have to complete her initial pass, and she makes it look real easy. Falcon Punch already in the scoring position. There she goes, taking the outside, way out there, passes everybody and picks up 4 points, calls it off, and that's it for La Racaille. La Racaille leading 25-0 over Filles du Roi. Et maintenant sur la piste, on a Meliwana, I think one of your favorites, against one of my personal favorites, Betrave. Betrave qui est une jammeuse très unique, une fille très forte qui ne tombe vraiment pas souvent, mais qui est très smooth dans son coup de patin.
My French is terrible, Patrick, but I agree with everything that you just said. I understood with that jammer having a unique form, and she's getting lead jammer for the Filles du Roi. I have enjoyed watching her jam all weekend long, and she's doing it once again for her teammates.
Too close for comfort. She calls it off. Betrave, that's 0-0, but still, let me remind you, 25. La Racaille, 25 points. Les Filles du Roi, 0.
5.5 minutes to gone in this 20-minute game. Legcité lining up on the line once again for La Racaille. Number 33, demand a lashing for Filles du Roi. La Racaille in their traditional green, the purple and gold for Filles du Roi. Both of these teams have won the Beast before, Patrick.
They have. They have La Racaille 2008 and Filles du Roi 2010. And there goes Legcité pushing at the front. Magnum PI last night in defense. Magnum PI lands in the box for blocking out of bounds, blocking out of the engagement zone. And Legcité is already on a scoring position. Demanda Lashing still has not completed her initial pass.
And I believe there was Tabernouk that also went to the box for an out-of-play blocking call. And we have Legcité through for another 5 points for La Racaille.
And another player to watch is Nameless Horror at the very front of the pack. A real blocking force for La Racaille. Look at that, one-on-one with Amanda Lashing. Oh, that was almost on the outside. She couldn't quite make it. But Legcité is already on her second scoring pass, making it look easy. 4 more points for La Racaille. That's 9 points for the team in green, pushing their lead at 34-0. Captain Lou, did you think this would be so lopsided?
Well, you know, La Racaille has really put the hammer down on all of their opponents this season long and this series long. I do believe these teams faced off earlier in March, and La Racaille did come out the winners.
La Racaille was actually a clear winner of both their bouts against both Montreal teams. However, it seems like they've increased their power. La Racaille was the only team that kept so many of their old players from last season, and I think that makes a really big difference. They had a tough year last year. I think they had something around 10 new players out of 20, which is half the team, obviously. And then they kept all of those players around. Only Surgical Strike and Greta Bobo haven't even left the league. They've just moved on to the Skids. But a real close, tight team, and I think we're seeing the results today. Racaille really powering through this tournament and powering through this first semifinal of Beast of the East.
And as you mentioned, Montreal Roller Derby unable to win their own tournament since 2010. Racaille taking notice, telling everyone in the crowd that they want to be champions, and they would be the first second-time champions at the Beast. No one has ever won the Beast twice.
Nope.
Racaille looking to move forward to that final game. Meliwana through the pack very quickly for Racaille. Big smile on her face. She's your lead jammer. Ohio is at the back. She's trying to break free. Gets past Slavic Slayer. She's out of the pack as well. But Meliwana is approaching the back.
That's right. Meliwana already in the scoring position. La Fée du Roi, only one blocker. Scores easy. And then, both blockers standing up. Magnum PEI and Tabarnouk is standing up in the box, which means they have under 10 seconds. They are back on the track. Ohio completes her scoring pass, 4 points, but Meliwana is already on another scoring pass. Tabarnouk pushes her to the outside. She comes back in, and by that time, Ohio is already there, so Meliwana calls it off. 2 more points for Meliwana.
And we say this in almost every roller derby game. It's even more true in these 20-minute sprints, but penalties absolutely will kill you, and FDR having penalty troubles.
Yeah, serious penalty trouble right now. Still two blockers from the Fée du Roi sitting in the box. The winner of this bout will get to go to play for championships, for the Championship of Beasts of the East at 5 o'clock. The losing team will play at 4 o'clock for 3rd place. And back on the track, we got Falcon Punch versus Demanda Lashing. Falcon Punch is already lead jammer. Demanda Lashing fighting, there you go, Nameless Horror, and that Sneaky Devil.
All the way around the track, Falcon Punch is in there, scoring points already, pushing her way out the front. Demanda Lashing is away as well. She's looking back. Looked like she was deciding whether she would try to slow Falcon Punch down, maybe try to feed her back to the pack. Decides that maybe she just needs to get out. She doesn't have lead jammer. Physical contact between the jammers. I like to see that as they go around the track. But Falcon punches through. Picks up another 4 points for Racaille in a blink of an eye.
Well,
FDR kept off the board, Patrick.
Yeah, it was worth it. There were only 2 blockers for FDR on the track, 2 in the box, and the 2 blockers for Fée du Roi were at the back of the pack. So it was worth to, try and pass those 2 blockers and call it right off, because that would give you 4 points, and the 4 blockers for Racaille were way ahead.
And that's something I think we've seen all tournament long. Racaille, good jammers, good blockers, but they've got great strategic sense on the track. They know what they're supposed to do, but there's FDR's jammer getting lead. Who is that, Patrick?
That's Betrave. Go, Betrave, go. But look at that. FDR giving Lexite some problems. And Betrave is already around, picking up a grand slam for her team. Bringe the team total to 9 points. Lexite breaks through the back, and now opposite situation, only 2 blockers for Racaille and a full pack for Fée du Roi.
So Betrave able to do 2 scoring passes, comes up against the pivot, gets her way past, hands on the hip, and Fée du Roi putting 9 points up on the board. Number 8008 doing it all for her teammates in purple.
That's right. She gestured, ripping off the panty from her helmet, saying, okay, let's get it together. Let's get this done. I mean, it is 50-13 with 10 minutes to play. It could be done.
That's right. A momentum shift could easily push this in the way of the Fée du Roi. On the line, number 420, that's Meliwana.
And that's Panzerette for Le Fée du Roi, a rookie.
Panzerette jamming for the first time in this game. She has jammed during this tournament with great success. Pushed to the inside, though. Sneaky Devil doing a good job of cycling her to the back, Patrick.
Yes, and Meliwana pushing at the front. Alstrapone, Demanda Lashing and Magnum PEI, last line of defense. Magnum PEI, I feel like we say this all the time. She always in a good position, but she does break through. Lead jammer, première jammeuse, Meliwana.
And still stuck in the pack is Panzerette heading off to the box. The pivot for Racaille. That is Sneaky Devil. Little more real estate. Still only 2 blockers on the track for Racaille, but they do have lead jammer, and Meliwana is in the pack scoring points, Patrick.
That's right. Once again, on Magnum PEI's butt. And around Alstrapone, there you go with Magnum PI again. Decides, not you again. I'm going to call it off.
Racaille continue to build their lead. They move up to 51, 50. I don't know. We'll check when the scoreboard decides to correct itself. 3 more points on that jam. 53 for Racaille, 13 for Lafitte du Roi. 40-point lead, 8 minutes and 10 seconds to go in this game.
And Captain Lou, do you know who's coming up next?
Oh, coming up next is a matchup I've been waiting for all weekend long. The Slaughter Daughters from Rideau Valley facing off against Toronto's Death Rock Dolls. Both teams having a great tournament. It's going to be a barn burner of an action and barn burning today. Oh, no, wait. Falcon Punch looked like she got lead, but she committed a track cut. That means it's a chance for the FDR to close the gap. Oh, hi, oh, with lead jammer and on a power jam.
And only one blocker, not just any blocker, but one blocker for Racaille. This is a real opportunity for Lafitte du Roi to make up at some points.
5 points go up on the board for the Lafitte du Roi. Ohio is around one more time. Nameless Horror, the only blocker to beat, through one more time. 10 points now for the Lafitte du Roi jammer.
Yeah, they are now at 23 points to 53. Nameless Horror heading to the box, which means only one, no blocker left for Racaille for a short time. Russian Roulette comes out of the box. And Ohio, in the meantime, is just continuing the damage, closing the gap for her team.
Yeah, she's pretty much just doing speed laps right now,
That's
Patrick.
right.
Not a lot of blockers to contend with. Plus, she's got 4 ladies in purple out there to help her, although number 95, that's Petit Pouliche, heading to the box for the fee.
And there she goes going around. Oh, hot shot from Slavic Slayer. Forces her to call it off, but I do think she made some points on that last. No points on that last pass. But she does seriously close the gap. Racaille 53, Lafitte du Roi 36.
So we go from a 40-point lead to a 17-point lead. 6.5 minutes to go. A slight mistake by Racaille, and suddenly the Lafitte du Roi are right back in this game.
And you know what else is pretty exciting, Captain Lou? Something that you may not know about. But just because I live in Montreal and we're hosting Beasts of the East, we're going to take this opportunity after the second semifinal to showcase our juniors.
The juniors are playing, Patrick?
That's right.
That sounds like the kind of thing that I would love to have the opportunity to talk about online.
Well, you will have that opportunity right after the second semifinal. Approximately 3 o'clock, we have one junior league, and they will split into 2 for a black and white scrimmage for 20 minutes. And it will be probably their first broadcast experience, so the first chance for the Derbyverse to check out Montreal's junior talent.
And if you have not watched Junior Roller Derby, this is the future of our sport, and some of these young skaters are absolutely fantastic.
Oh, yes.
I am really looking forward to this, Patrick.
Yes. Oh, back on track, Melia. That's Lexite versus Panzerette. And Lexite picking up lead jammer status. There she goes. Panzerette still stuck in the pack, but no, there is a track cut on Lexite again. Power jam for Lafitte du Roi. Panzerette is the one to watch. Meliwana also heading to the box. What is going on with Racaille's defense? Oh, Slavic Slayer is the only one.
It is the chaos of Beasts of the East. These short games see these momentum shifts. Nameless Horror exiting from the pack. She will join Slavic Slayer in an attempt to slow down Panzerette. Panzerette has 5 points up on the board for the Lafitte du Roi. She's fighting her way through. Slavic Slayer knocking her to the inside.
And there goes another one. That's Banana Havoc coming back to join, but Panzerette, time has expired. 5 more points for Lafitte du Roi, and they are seriously closing the gap. 53 to 46. 7 points in 5 minutes. I did not expect that, and I don't think Racaille expected that either.
Not at all. I thought Racaille was going to run away with this game earlier on. Everything has shifted in the last 4 or 5 minutes. Lafitte du Roi knocking on the door, 7 points away, and that's Bethrav on the line wearing the star 4 seconds in, she is your lead jammer, Patrick.
Oh yes, Lexite still sitting in the box. I bet she's becoming impatient, watching that gap close, and still a 4-on-3 advantage for Les Filles du Roi. Power jam still happening. There you go. First scoring pass, 5 points for Les Filles du Roi. Lexite coming around the pack, entering the track right now. She does have to perform her initial pass, which was not very difficult. And Betrave's second scoring pass calls it off. Is this a lead change?
So it is a lead change, Patrick. 55-53 for the Filles du Roi. Betrave points at the scoreboard as she calls off the jam, indicating to her teammates they are now winning this bout.
Oh yes, and the crowd loves a tight match, and this is what they're getting right now. Filles du Roi in purple, La Racaille in green, and now there are 2 jammers on the track. And we have Falcon Punch for La Racaille, and that is Demanda Lashing for Les Filles du Roi. Falcon Punch breaks through the wall. She is lead jammer. Demanda Lashing breaks through as well. Both jammers now scoring, but Falcon Punch has a slight lead. Hits, there you go again, Magnum PEI right there at the right time. But she does get around, calls off the jam a little bit too late. Demanda Lashing did pick up 1 point against 4 for La Racaille. So what's that? Another lead change.
Another lead change. La Racaille taking the lead back 57-56. 3 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in this game. Betrave and Meliwana on the line.
That's right.
Filles du Roi with 1 blocker in the box. La Racaille with a slight pack advantage. 4-on-3 blockers. Jam is underway, Patrick. Sort of.
I hear the whistle, but they were not moving very much. And on the outside, that is Betrave seriously taking advantage. Oh, but Meliwana sneaks on the inside. She picks up lead jammer status. Betrave hot on her heels. The pack reforms, and will there be any scoring in this jam? The jammers are very close together, and they are now approaching the pack.
And if anyone thinks Betrave is not a fast skater, she actually closed the gap on Meliwana during that lap. Meliwana is in the pack fighting her way through, but so is Betrave. Meliwana down on turn 3 calls off the jam. Points indicated 4-3, I believe, for Filles du Roi. You know what that means, Patrick?
That means we've got a tie. We've got a tie. Did you expect this? No. I think the crowd is really, really enjoying this game, and I must say, I am too.
I am seriously enjoying this game. At Beast of the East, you have to expect the unexpected, and it is happening in this semifinal game. A tie game with under 2 minutes to go. Jam is underway. Demanda Lashing fighting her way through for Filles du Roi. At the back of the pack, I believe that's Falcon Punch. Finding an outside line. She's going to get lead jammer, Patrick.
Falcon Punch picking up lead jammer status. She is ahead. Demanda Lashing still not out of the pack. And she is pushed to the outside, recycled at the back. In the meantime, Falcon Punch closing the gap on the pack. She's about to score. And Demanda Lashing getting battered by K-Dog. Ooh, that looked like a little bit of a track cut. And it was a track cut. K-Dog forces it on Demanda Lashing. And in the meantime, there go, oh, one-on-one, Tabarnouk and Falcon Punch going at it. But Falcon Punch does break through, picks up 5 points on this power jam. This could really be the nail in the coffin, especially with 1 minute to play.
Sure enough, Patrick. K-Dog pumping both fists in the air, celebrating that track cut, giving La Racaille a power jam through one more time as Falcon Punch. Another 5 on the board. That's going to be 10.
That's right, and the clock is trickling down. 40 seconds left, and Ashhole also heading to the box. 4-on-3 pack advantage for La Racaille, and oh, easily. I guess when nothing is happening, you just don't expect anything to happen, and that's what, you know, Falcon Punch was right there at the right time and walked right through that pack.
And Falcon Punch really coming through in the clutch along with her blocker teammate K-Dog, forcing this power jam. 20 points up on the board for La Racaille. Time running out in the period, time running out in the jam. Falcon Punch can run this to its conclusion, Patrick.
She does. And if I were her, that's exactly what I would do. She's going to go for another scoring run. 3 seconds left in the bout. She's just going to complete it. And picks up 5 more points. Just for fun. Just for a little gravy. And puts her team ahead. La Racaille, unofficially 85. Les Filles du Roi, 60 points. La Racaille is in the final, Lou.
They're in the final. Filles du Roi will play for third place. Both of these teams leaving absolutely everything on the track. A 25-point deficit for Filles du Roi. But seriously, this game was tied 1 jam ago.
Absolutely. And I must say, that hit from K-Dog, it really was the game changer. It really was. It was that one track cut, that one smart hit on the outside on Demanda Lashing that just changed everything. And look at this. 15 points that Falcon Bunch was able to pick up and put her team ahead to win. And right now they're going to the final.
So a clutch play by one of those veteran blockers you were talking about from La Racaille. Experience coming through in the end, propelling La Racaille to the finals. They will have an opportunity to defend, or not defend, but win the title once again and bring the beast back home to Montreal.
That's right, but we will not find out who they will play until the end of next bout, which will feature the Slaughter Daughters of Rideau Valley against Toronto's Death Track Dolls.
I'm Captain Lou Obama. I'm going to take a bit of a rest. Patrick, I am so pleased to have been able to call this game with you. That was so exciting.
Captain Lou, the pleasure was all mine.
Canuck Derby TV watchers, stick around. One more game coming up in about 10 minutes, and then we'll take a short break for some junior action. And then medal time at Beast of the East 2013 from Montreal, Quebec, Canada.